All right, we are live and we are recording, lads. Check this out. This is the new mic. It's beautiful. It's very sexy. My voice sounds sexy. The guest voice sounds sexy. So this is the first episode on the new mic. Let me know what you guys think. There was a couple audio issues on my end because the Wi-Fi in my house was really poor when me and Luke did this podcast. So you can kind of hear the FaceTime me talking coming through his phone on his end and then back into the mic. So I'm going to fix that for other podcasts. Maybe get the guests to wear headphones or something. I think would clear up that problem. Let me know if you guys have any tips. But today's guest on the podcast is none other than Luke Votaw. He's a super sick dude. I met him skiing last year on the Rev Tours in the NorAm circuit. Just absolute savage, dropping triples and like just dude, sick dude, and sends it. We got a request to have him on the podcast from Super Duper Cooper. So you know what? First guest request, and we got it done. So I'm really stoked to do that and get that podcast out for you guys. If you guys have any guest requests, I like the way that sounds, guest requests. But if you have any, let me know, and I will. I'll get them on the podcast, or I'll try my best to. So leave any guests you'd like to hear in the podcast down below, and I'll reach out to them. With that being said, this episode is all about how he got into park skiing, what he's been doing during this summer, skiing at WoodWard in the summer, which is super sick because I've always wanted to go and ski there in the summer. It looks awesome. And just a bunch of other stuff. We talk a little bit about skiing. We talk about getting into it, growing up at a small hill, and all that good stuff. So enjoy this episode, guys. It's a good one. I pulled it together last minute to get it to you guys on Tuesday, so I'm glad we got it out. Next one is going to be super sick. I'll keep you posted on which one that is. But quickly, before I dive into this podcast, you got to check out the mic. Like, listen to this little ASMR. Hello. Yeah, very nice. Anyways, just before we get into it, I'd like to say a quick thank you to all the sponsors of the podcast. Our friends over there at the best energy drink company ever. Grab one, crack one. A Red Bull a day keeps the doctor away. At least that's what I tell myself, so definitely a huge shout out to them. And also, big shout out to K2 Skis Ontario and K2 Skis in general. Vertica outerwear, wear leathers, best mittens in the game. And yeah, if anybody else wants to come join the podcast crew and become a part of the cult we're creating, let me know. Send me an email, reach out to me wherever you can find me, and I would love to do some business with you guys. But only with cute people and people that know what they're doing. So with that being said, enjoy this episode, guys. Mwah, new mic out. Welcome, creatures of all shapes and sizes, to Banged Up with Bruce Oldham, aka The Kid. This is an action sports podcast, the likes of which the world may never have seen before and may never see again. I hope you guys enjoy. Oh my god, this new mic sounds amazing. Alright, 3, 2, 1, we are live in the studio by myself until I call Mr. Luke.
How's it going?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Thanks for coming on the podcast, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
No worries, man. So, I guess we'll kick it off in a sec, but what have you been up to, man? How's your summer been and shit?
Been hitting my backyard setup. Just started up school. Been skating a lot too. Tramp work too. I got a tramp in my backyard.
Nice. What kind of tramp?
I used to have like one of the Olympic tramps like you have, but then it broke just from sitting outside over the years. But
damn.
I'd say just a black one now, but it's in ground, so.
Oh, nice. That's sick. In ground's better than none at all.
Yep. Yeah, right.
Hell yeah, dude. And I guess just to start it off, we'll give the audience a little chance to know you, get to know you. So, where are you from? What's life like growing up? All that stuff.
I'm from Dexter, Michigan. It's a little small town right outside of Ann Arbor, so it's kind of like the lower part of Michigan. Yeah. I've always lived there my whole life, so not much mountains down here. Just small little ski hills. Yeah,
that's what I thought, because I've been looking at a bunch of your videos. And all of it's from small ski hills. And what's the home hill that you ride?
It's called Mount Brighton, but occasionally I go to Pine Knob, which is also super sick. They do a great job with their park. So it's like mostly rails, or just like small jumps and rails? Biggest jumps we got are probably like 20, 25 feet if we're lucky. So pretty much just all rails left on rope toes.
Dude, that's awesome, man. I love it.
Yeah.
Some hick shit, just like Ontario.
Yeah.
That's where it's at. So if you're doing that stuff, how do you get into doing triples and stuff? Because you did some triples this year.
I actually had a coach that had an airbag in Michigan. So like there was not many kids. So I was pretty much like one of his only kids. He had an airbag. Like So it was like 2 hours away. So I'd go up and hit that like every week when I was like 10, 11, 12. So I got my flips down on that. Started going out to Colorado quite a bit and hitting bigger jumps, and then just progressed from there.
That's pretty cool, actually. So we'll leave that for some questions later. But you've been skiing for a while then.
Yeah, I started when I was 3.
Okay, and is your coach, like, is that his airbag or?
Oh yeah, he actually owns a few airbags. He's
so
up in Canada actually right now. He used to live in Quebec, like right near Maximize, but he moved now to like a little hill.
What's his name?
Tom Hutchinson.
I don't think I know him. I need to work on that. Anyway,
yeah.
Cool, man. So, do you have any siblings or anything like that?
Yeah, I have a little brother. He's 13. He skis too.
Is he gonna be a baller when he gets older?
We'll see. I think he likes it quite a bit, so.
Nice.
Hopefully.
Sick, man. And I mean, you seem like a pretty active guy and stuff. Like a lot of sports growing up, or is that mostly just skiing?
Yeah, I actually played baseball up until high school, and then I quit then. But other than that, just skiing, skateboarding.
Skiing, skateboarding.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And like skateboarding's kind of like your main summer thing. Like that's what you do in summer, like.
Yeah, here and there. Not like just for fun though.
Yeah, not seriously. Sick.
Yeah.
And how did you get into park skiing? Just because that was like the only thing to do in the winter around there? Because it's not like there's a big ski scene in Michigan.
Yeah, my dad actually ski patrolled, so I'd go with him like skiing a lot. He used to do park here and there a little bit, so he used to always just take me. I used to get into it. He kind of taught me about it too.
Oh, sick. That's super badass. Mm-hmm. Cool, man. And then I guess the next question I got for you is, how did you get into comp skiing? Like, why competing and stuff? Because, I mean, a lot of small hills and stuff, there's not a lot of contests around there. Was it, like, just local rail jams and stuff get into it? Or you just kind of, like, decide, like...
Yeah, I did some local rail jams around here and there around Michigan. I was, like, super young. Got into it there. I kind of liked competing. There's USASA comps around Michigan, so...
Yeah, those
started doing those. Pretty good at those, and I was like, I like this. This is fun. I want to keep doing it. So I just continued doing that. Mm-hmm.
Sick. That's dope. So how long have you been competing for? Because you've been training for a while then.
I started competing when I was like 7. I did some rail jams here and then I was like 7. Then I was 8. I started doing the USASAs, and then ever since then.
That's a long time. Sick, dude.
Yeah,
so wait, do you have like a lot of the videos of you like first skiing like way back in the day?
Yeah, I do. There's tons of videos of me on YouTube when I was like 8. Like
That's
the season
awesome.
edit almost every year, yeah.
That's super sick, man. And like, you go into the ski hill and stuff in Michigan, is it like mostly just you by yourself, or are you going with like friends, or do you have any friends that like kind of into it or no?
I used to go myself for a while, but I've met a bunch of kids now just doing it over the years, so I have some ski friends at the local hills and stuff.
Oh, sick. Nice. And like, so let's say summer or winter rolls around, you're getting ready for a season competing. I've seen you at a couple NORAMs, you do all the rev tours and stuff and all that stuff now. So do you like, where are you spending most of your time in the winter training? Because like you can't be training at like that small of a hill all the time.
Man, I go out to Colorado. I do spend a lot of time at Maximize, out to Colorado, just hitting those jumps. But this last year, I was pretty much only going for like the comps, so I don't get much chance for big jumps.
Yeah, so you went to Maximize. Is that what you've been doing for summer training? Like, why not Utah?
I'm actually going to the Utah Sunday, so.
Oh, sick.
So I can't get the Maximize right now because of all the COVID.
Yeah, it's all messed up. I've been going a lot this year, actually. I've been like 4 or 5 times. It's pretty good. It's nice. Have you been to both bags, or?
I've never been to Utah. I hit the one in Mammoth, which is pretty much the same, I think. But I've never been to Utah, so that should be interesting.
Okay, sick. Yeah, you're going to have to let me know which one's better. I've been wondering. I think the Utah one looks bigger, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it might be, but Maximize is probably all you need, I think.
You can do triples on there. You don't really need much more than that, man.
Yeah, right.
Maximize has got lots. It's fun, man. You get really sore after it, though. Like,
oh, I know, right? After like 2 to 3 days, you're just like, holy crap.
Yeah, I've been going like 3 days hard. And like after 3 days, man, I wake up like I got back a day ago and I'm like walking around. I'm like, my back's all cracked. Dude, you get mangled, bro. Have you ever got hurt on one?
What?
Have you ever got hurt on one of them?
The airbags?
Yeah.
Nothing serious other than like whiplash. I broke like a few of my like clothes and stuff, just ripping them, but other than that, like serious injuries.
Yeah, I've seen like 1 or 2 people like tear ACLs and stuff on them, which is pretty gnarly. Yeah. I haven't done anything more than whiplash either. Yeah. People land pizza and they have like no leg strength and just like right out. Cool.
Yeah.
So you said you did like mostly just traveled for contests then. So
I mean, this last year it pretty much stopped in like March. I usually go out to Colorado for like a month or so, but couldn't do that in like April. Because usually then I get like 3 weeks just to ski for fun, but couldn't do that this last year. But
why was that? Just expensive or?
No, not really.
Just not enough time.
I mean everything closed down because of the COVID stuff. So
yeah, true. Yeah, season ended earlier. I was supposed to go to Quebec for like a couple weeks of like competing and training stuff, which just gave me shit. I think there's a rev tour there.
Yeah, it got canceled.
Yeah, that was just a big bummer because La Relais, that contest is like one of the best of the year. So it's definitely like one of my favorites. It's super sick. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Like the vibes there in the summer are unreal.
Yeah, I bet.
But yeah, that's kind of like my season too. I was like, didn't really like. I was at Mount St. Louis, which is like not like obviously has bigger jumps than you guys. And once the Outback got going, but like for me, like I didn't get to go to any. Like I was doing my first doubles in like comp training. Like I don't know about you. Like I was going to the contest with like doing like cork 9s all year. Like the Outback hadn't even opened. Like we had like 25-foot jumps like you guys. How did you find that? Did you find that worked? Like because I didn't like it wasn't a big difference for me. I didn't notice it a whole lot.
Yeah, I mean it was kind of the same thing for me. I don't really get much like chance. Just kind of gotta like do it at the comps and stuff. So
yeah, because every time I've seen you around. Yeah, every time I've seen you around, you're kind of like, same thing, like, you're just like, all right, well, fuck it, we're here, we're going to do doubles, like, bright and early, we're going to get after it, whereas, like, all the people that have the good jumps and been doing doubles all year long, they're like...
I just do it, like, as soon as I get the speed down, just get right into it, practice, I mean, you got to get right into it.
I like it, man, I like it. I started doing it this year, I was like, there's a couple contests, like, there was a couple days, actually, I did, like, doubles first run of the day, I was like, fucking stoked.
Yeah, I mean, if you've been hitting the jumps, like, you've been hitting them all week, why not?
Yeah, that's what I said. I mean, the speed really can't change that much.
Yeah, right.
But then you see some people that have, like, perfect jumps all year, and then they spend, like, they have the jumps, like, a little bit off or a little different, and, like, not used to riding the sketchy jumps, like, people, like, from the smaller mountains and stuff.
I think that's something with the Midwest, like, the smaller jump kids, they don't really care. I mean, the jumps that I hit are 25 feet, and it's pure ice all season. I mean... I'm used to like those crap conditions, so try to take advantage of it, even if it's not perfect.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious, man. Like I'll show up at you're probably seen the same thing, but I'll show up at like a contest and people be like, "This jump sucks." I'll be like, "Dude, this is the best jump I've hit all year, man." Like I'm so stoked. Yeah, that's sick. So you kind of cut out there just because my Wi-Fi is awful, but
yeah.
So how many comps did you do this year? Did you do all the rev tours or like just most of them?
I did 2 future tours, if you know what that is, like a step below the rev.
Yeah, it's like the COT tours for Canada.
Yeah, and then I did all the revs, and then Aspen, of course, and then I think that was it. We didn't get to do USASA Nationals because closed down, but probably did just all those main ones.
Sick, man. So what was your favorite event of the year?
Aspen for sure.
Yeah.
That was sick. I love that course.
Dude, the course was really good this year. It was really cool. The rails, the X Games rails were like sick. They were high, man.
Oh yeah, like gnarly. Yeah, another one of my events was the Tom Walsh Rail Jam in Pennsylvania. That one was sick.
Oh, you got to do that?
Yeah.
No way. That event looks so sick. I'm gonna go this year. I think like no matter what, I'm just gonna say fuck it, bite a bullet, and go hang out for a week and ski there. I've always wanted to.
It's sick. You're not competing. It's just sick to watch and hang out with everyone, all those pros and everything.
Yeah, man. And like the sick thing is it like gives everybody a chance to like compete against the pros too. Like you can come on there and like I mean you have to win your way up, but like you can end up competing in the finals and stuff, which is super sick.
Yeah, that's good.
Did the Park City have a cool? Did they have a good park when like the event was on, or was it like pretty much shut down for the season?
I've actually never been to Park City. I went to WoodWard.
Or sorry, Seven Springs.
Oh, they didn't know snow. Actually, it was super dry. They only had like a few rails, no big jumps or anything. So, but
I've always wanted to check out their park. The Aspen course was
I think it's pretty sweet when they have snow, but when I went, there was no like rain and dirt.
because I've seen all the edits from there and stuff, and like you always see like some sick rail features and cool stuff like that. Sick, man. So I mean, we kind of covered how you've been keeping busy during the summer, but you just said you've been backyard skiing, doing a little trampolining and stuff. You've been like really into the flat ground tricks, eh?
Slackline?
Slackline, flat ground tricks. I've seen some like flat ground corks, I think maybe.
Yeah, I do that often too.
Yeah, that's insane. How do you do that? How do you come up with like this? Like, how do you even go about learning how to do that?
I just do it usually without bouncing on like a tramp, and then I have like a little mattress I put down and start kind of throwing it, hoping I'll land on my neck.
That's gnarly. So why are you doing this? Because I talked to Jackson earlier, and he said his coach told him to do this. Like, working flat grounds, is that like same with you, or you just decided like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it?
I don't know. I just thought it was kind of cool to be able to whip out like a cork on flat ground. So I was like, screw, I'll just learn that. Sweet.
Yeah, it's super sick, man. I've always wanted to do it. I think I tried once or twice this year. It didn't go well, and I kind of gave up. But then I saw you guys doing it, and I was like, shit, maybe I should learn how to do this. But
yeah, you could definitely get it. It's not that complicated. Just kind of throw it really hard.
Yeah, I don't know.
Probably down the hill, too.
Downhill or something, yeah. My vert's not great, but, you know, you win some, you lose most. Cool, dude. All right, well, I guess have you had any, like, what's the gnarliest injury you've ever had when it comes to, like, anything skiing or, like, outside skiing?
When I was about, like, 13, I was trying to be, like, first up 10.
Yeah.
It was, like, one of, like, you know, the big one, like, Keystone, I don't know if you ever hit that. It was on those jumps.
Yeah, I have.
Went for it, I was totally blind in the air. I spun out, went to, like, 16, and then, like, knocked myself out, had a tooth fall out and everything. I was just probably my worst.
That's pretty gnarly. So you're doing dubs at 13. Oh, my God. God damn, dude. That's sick.
Trying, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I don't think I was even skiing park until I was 16, so you got a good head start. That's sick. Cool. And then I guess the next question I got for you, I wrote it down on my handy-dandy sheet here because I was trying to come up with some things to talk about. What's the hardest trick you've done to date? You've done some triples. Is that probably one of them, or you got something else out of that?
It's not really like that probably takes the most guts. I wouldn't say it's the most like complicated or hard. It's more just ascend. Yeah. Probably. I think the trick that gave me the hardest time was probably a dub 10, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah, like first learning it.
Yeah, like I could not figure out that flip, and then slip on that dub was pretty tricky, but. Got it. Nice,
sick. And then, how big of a step was it going from a dub to a triple? Because like for me, like figuring out a dub axis for me was pretty chill, but like going from a dub to a triple, like I had a hard time figuring out how to not like. I mean, obviously I haven't done one on snow for a triple cork, but I've done a few on bag now for sure. And like I had a hard time like figuring out how to pull through and not spin out and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was actually I learned the triple like only after like a month or 2 months after learning the dub 10, so it wasn't that hard. It was just like another flip. I just kept pulling it in and then pulling it.
Oh, sick. Okay, cool. That's pretty chill then. Yeah, I have to figure it out because I've seen you like at the Rev Tour or the Rev Tours. Yeah, I guess it was the Rev Tours stuff. Like you're banging out triples after triples to like the bottom and stuff. I'm just like sitting there like, what the fuck is going on? This is supposed to be a Rev Tour. There's like 3 people doing triples. I'm like, oh my God. The level's just going through the roof, which is really good, but it's definitely getting crazy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for sure.
Then wait, where did you go? Did you go to WoodWard this year, like this summer?
Yeah, I was at WoodWard a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I thought I saw that.
Yeah, that was sick. They just put up like a little bunch of snow they had left, and then made a pretty sick park. The jumps were decent size actually.
Yeah, you did a double, eh? I saw that. That's insane. Cause like their park in the summer is like. They don't make snow in the summer. They just like kind of blow snow until they can't anymore and then pile it all up.
Right. Yeah. They use what they got left.
That's so sick. And like, cause they have like decent rails and like decent features, and then obviously jumps that are like big enough to do doubles on, like barely doubles, but like you can go if you go big.
Yeah.
Cause you were doing doubles for the training.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's so sick. How much does it cost for a day, or is it like a weekly camp thing?
I just did it for like a week thing. It was actually with a team, so I got a bit of a discount.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it wasn't too much. It was a pretty good deal.
Sick. That's cool. And they like, I guess it's a magic carpet they have there, right?
Yeah, it was just a carpet that you go up on.
Nice. That's not bad at all. Cool, man. So I guess we'll get into what you got coming up next year. So what's the plan for next year? Obviously, like, we're kind of on the ropes with seeing what's going to happen with competing and stuff with COVID and everything.
Yeah.
But, I mean, let's say everything goes ahead. There's contests, rev tours. What's your year look like next year?
Definitely do the same comps. I'm in for the revs, so I'll be hitting the revs. Hopefully Aspen Open again. That was fun. And then see what else I qualify for after that. And then get those main ones, maybe some like rail jams here and there. Hopefully 7 Springs again if that goes on. But
that'd be sick. Did you do any local rail jams or anything last year? Or?
I didn't actually. No, there's not many anymore. They've like died off kind of. It kind of sucks. But.
It's really died off. Even in like our area, like I mean, obviously in our area, it's died off too, like out in Ontario. But dude, I'm trying to bring some back. I think I'm gonna host a couple events next year. Just at my local hill because, man, honestly, like, some of the most fun I have all year is just sending at, like, local rail jams with all the boys and stuff and just, like, you have, like, one gnarly rail set up and everybody's just tossing the tricks on it.
Yeah, that's the best.
Yeah, it's so much fun, man.
I guess you could host one at your local resort.
Yeah, it'd be sick.
You know quite a few people down there.
Yeah, well, I worked park staff last year, so I know, like, I'm like got good connections with that. I'm working with the actual ski hill this year, so like it kind of was like a sponsored deal. So like, and I'm like working with them to like put on a couple events. So I think we're gonna be able to do it. Like if we're allowed to put on events with COVID, but if we are, like I'm gonna try to put on like I don't know how big of a rail jam I can put on like in the beginning, but like it'd be sick to like in like a year to like get a huge event where you could like. Not like Tom Walsh style yet, but like 1 or 2 huge features and like have people like trying some insane stuff out of it would be so sick.
Definitely, that'd be sweet.
Any film projects for next year or anything like that? Or are you mostly just competing?
Nothing huge. Probably just keep firing out insta edits as much as I can.
Insta edits, TikTok stuff, all that nonsense, yeah.
Yeah. Nothing huge yet, though. Nothing serious. Just kind of playing around, having fun with it. Yeah,
sick, man. Yeah, you've been putting out a lot of content on Instagram and like all those platforms and stuff. You just like mostly film on your iPhone because that's been what I've been doing. It's so easy, man. You literally just whip out your phone, record, follow somebody down the hill, and it's like good enough. You can just edit, throw it up. Nice.
Yeah, definitely.
And what's the reasoning behind that? Like, are you just posting Instagram edits and stuff like mostly for fun and something to look back on, or like hopefully to like grow with it and like get a couple more sponsors and stuff in the future, or what's the deal with that?
Definitely just build up the followers, try to get sponsors. Yeah, helps with it, but it's getting publicity. Sweet.
Yeah, it's definitely part of the whole thing now, which is, I mean, it's part of it. Sick.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool, dude. All right, well, I got one more question for you, and I'll let you go because I gotta go get some stuff done. I gotta wash all this paint off and just finish painting. So it's not come, I promise. Anyways, where do you see yourself in 5 years, man? What's the goal 5 years from now? If you don't know, you don't know. But like, yeah, any kind of vision or any kind of like where you think you'll be.
I'll probably be in. Hopefully by then prime competing time. I'd like to carry through with the competitive competing. All I like all that. It's fun.
Nice.
Have a great time doing it. So as long as all goes well. Hopefully still competing.
Nice.
Doing big comps. That's the goal.
Are you a pretty competitive person in general, or?
Yeah, I am. I like it a lot. It's fun.
Sick, dude. So you're thinking, like, I mean, ideally down the line, everything goes well, as most people would hope. X Games, maybe Olympics. Like, you have Olympic dreams, or?
Yeah. World Cup, too, all that.
Yeah, you got to let it out there. You got to start letting people know and start putting it in action, man. That's sick. And any big tricks on the radar for next year? Like, anything you've been thinking about or anything you've been working on, or?
I'd like to get like up 16 down, switch it up 12, so all those still need to get. So hopefully those soon. We get some bag time with them.
Yeah, that's all Utah. That's perfect for that. That's what I've been doing at Maximize, just that kind of stuff, getting it ready. Yeah. We'll see what the courses look like next year if there is any courses. What are your plans for next year if there isn't any contests?
Just training hard. I mean, hopefully I can still travel within the U.S. I mean, I guess just training, I guess.
Focusing on school, too, because you said you're still in school, obviously, but you said most of it's online?
Yeah, that's all online.
Okay. That's
so I can... Yeah, it doesn't really matter if I'm home or not. I can still do my school virtually.
Sick, dude. Yeah, I was thinking about, like, if there's no contest here or something, I was like, I have no clue what I'm going to do. I was thinking I might just say fuck it and, like, go in, like, a little, like, winter-long binge and just ski different resorts and film and do shit like that. But
yeah,
we'll see.
How old are you?
I'm 22 in 3 days. 2 days.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so I'm older now. I mean, I'm still 5'2", and I look like I'm probably 16, but I am 22 now. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Age creeps up on you.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be 17 next week, too.
Nice, man. That's sick. When's your birthday?
18th.
Nice. Mine's on the 12th. We'll have to, we'll have to put the podcast out on one of those days. It'll be mint. All right, dude. Yeah. Well, I'm just end the podcast here, man. All right, guys. That was our time today. I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast as much as I did. It was a good one. Takeaway notes from the podcast is Luke's kind of just a badass, and I can't wait to see what the guy's up to next season. I can promise you guys it's going to be some pretty sick things. Also, one more takeaway note. The new mic sounds amazing. This Rebel tastes great, so we're moving on to bigger and better things. Before you guys go, I wanted to say thank you to Super Duper Cooper for responding in the comments and giving us a guest to bring on the show. Luke was honestly somebody I was going to reach out to anyways to get on the podcast, but I'm glad to see him on here and get him on here at an earlier date just for you guys. So leave some more comments of people you want to see on the podcast, and I'll reach out like I said earlier. Also, any topics or anything you want me or Pat to cover, I'm going to start doing live Q&As in the Facebook group. If you guys aren't following the Facebook group, it's Action Sports Community in Facebook. I know, kind of a cheesy name, but super dope. Me and Pat made it, and we're really putting a lot of content out there and really trying to create a community of badass action sport people. And everybody in general that's kind of part of action sports and everything is more than welcome to join in. Other people are too, but we're sticking to that core community. And we're really just outreaching to people, helping them out, letting them post content, creating a base for people to grow their audience and also give tips and help share content ideas and everything like that. Pretty much everything action sports related on that group page. So if you guys aren't following it, you should go follow on Facebook, Action Sports Community. We're going to start requesting live Q&As there and on Patreon, and you guys can send in questions, and we'll do special episodes for those two platforms. So with that being said, peace out, guys, and I will see you on the next podcast.